Hey, welcome to Flexible Dieting Consultants. I'm Asher. Finally, here we are, the last day of the Macro Pantry Challenge. I unfortunately have no appetite today, so I'm going to make a big pot of one of my old favorites, and then I'm just going to eat it over the course of the day while I work from home today. So I'll show you how I make it. It's pretty simple, but it's got some good ingredients in it, and it's one of my go-tos. I often make this in bulk and then just eat it for breakfast over the course of 3 or 4 days, but today I'm just going to be eating it all day long, and then I'll also have some protein shakes to hit my protein numbers for the day. But let's jump into it. I'll show you how I make this one-pot meal. I'm a huge fan of steel-cut oats. I think my body agrees with this more so than any other carbs, certainly more than pasta and rice. So I do lean on this a lot out of my pantry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big batch of these, and I'm going to add some other goodies in there for flavor and for additional calorie load. So the first thing I'm going to be adding there is some raisins. I think I got this bag at Costco, but I'll be adding some of these chopped up at the beginning of the cooking process. And then a few spices just to give it some flavor. I got some ground nutmeg, cinnamon, got some cloves, and I've got some Anastar. So I'm going to have those in there for some additional pumpkin spice-like flavor. I'm also going to add almond butter, so this is going to be my fat source for the day, and then I'll also be having some protein shakes to get my protein for the day. So again, I'm not very hungry today, and it's just going to be a matter of forcing the macros in. So I just wanted to make something that I really enjoy and something that I can be able to get through during the day and hit my macros on a day like today when I don't have an appetite. Hey, so that takes us to the end of the 7-day Macro Pantry Challenge. What I'm really hoping out of this is that this ends up being a nice tool for people that have never tracked macros before and people that are brand new to flexible dieting. What I was finding out in some of my lectures with flexible dieting was that people were getting overwhelmed with what they needed to eat, what sort of foods they needed to introduce into their diet, what sort of foods they needed to take out. And I wanted to use this as a sort of a controlled environment that it doesn't have to be any sort of one meal or meal plan or anything of that nature. It can be very much on the fly. It can be a day-to-day process. It can be a couple-day process. But with just a little bit of thinking and a little bit of planning ahead, you can hit your macros every single day. You can do it like this, an extreme example of just what you had on hand, what you have in the refrigerator, or in real life, the way I live my life, the way you live your lives, there's going to be the grocery store a couple times a week. There's going to be restaurants a few times a week. You can hit your macros even when you introduce those other variables. You just got to do a little planning at the beginning of your day. So if you know there's going to be a dinner Friday night, if you know there's going to be a Saturday morning breakfast, you can do that. You just need to plan accordingly and fill the back end in with some cleaner foods if you're eating fattier foods on some of your meals out, and then utilizing your wild cards at the end of the day or midday or whenever to hit your macros. So hopefully this has been helpful. I thank you for anyone that watched these videos. Hopefully they were helpful. If you could add any comments below, any questions on ideas for future videos where you may have comments and questions, that would be really helpful. But until next time, thank you very much, and I'll see you again.